The Great Pyramid of Giza. One of the most iconic structures in human history, it has long fascinated scholars and enthusiasts alike. Among the many mysteries surrounding this ancient monument are the throne, the Paleo Sanskrit inscriptions, and the inventory stela, all of which offer intriguing insights into the pyramid's history and significance. Wait to hear this. Is there really an ancient throne on the Great Pyramid? Underneath the immense chevron blocks that relieve the weight of the industrious complex that is the Great Pyramid of Giza, a uniquely shaped stone exists there that looks like it could be a throne. And maybe this was the throne for Khufu, as he watched from this monument the construction of a much smaller satellite pyramid for his daughter, the princess. The inventory stela tells us that Khufu restored or built structures near the Great Pyramid, specifically mentioning that he built a temple for the goddess Isis. However, it is probable that this king of Egypt was in the presence of an ancient structure even in his time. Maybe he also repurposed this throne from this monument. The inventory stela's text implies that Khufu did not build the Great Pyramid itself, but rather was involved in its maintenance or the construction of associated temples. And this challenges the traditional view that Khufu was the builder of the Great Pyramid. The stela strongly suggests that Khufu was more of a restorer or maintainer of ancient monuments, rather than their original builder. And this would align with practices of other pharaohs, who often refurbished or claimed older structures to enhance their own legacy. Why is it that the chevron blocks and the throne very close to the entrance of the Great Pyramid are never mentioned or discussed? And why is it that that section is blocked off to the public? And what else about this throne is so remarkable? Well, get this, it is inscribed with a Paleo Sanskrit inscription that has not been deciphered. The oldest known inscription on the Giza plateau. Is that not astonishing or what? Paleo Sanskrit, an ancient form of the Sanskrit language, is believed to have been used by early civilizations. The presence of Paleo Sanskrit inscriptions at the Great Pyramid of Giza suggests a possible connection between ancient Egypt and other early civilizations. The inscriptions are said to contain references to advanced knowledge and technologies, and this hints at a sophisticated understanding of mathematics, astronomy, and engineering. Some researchers have proposed that these inscriptions indicate that the builders of the Great Pyramid had access to knowledge far beyond what is traditionally attributed to the ancient Egyptian civilization. And this has led to speculation about the possible influence of other advanced cultures and even extraterrestrial beings. The exact meaning of the Paleo Sanskrit inscriptions remains a topic of debate. Some interpretations suggest that they contain instructions for constructing the Great Pyramid, while others believe they encode astronomical data or religious texts. The inscriptions may also serve as a record of the achievement and knowledge of the pyramid's builders, intended to be preserved for future generations. One theory posits that the inscriptions are a form of ancient wisdom literature, conveying philosophical and spiritual meanings. This perspective aligns with the idea that the Great Pyramid was not a tomb, but a repository of knowledge and a centre for spiritual initiation. The inventory stela, discovered in the 19th century, is an ancient Egyptian artefact that provides an account of the Great Pyramid's history. According to the stela, Pharaoh Khufu, traditionally credited with building the Great Pyramid, discovered the monument already in existence. The stela describes Khufu's efforts to restore and honour the pyramid, and this strongly suggests that the Great Pyramid was constructed by an earlier civilization. This account challenges the conventional timeline of the pyramid's construction and raises questions about the true origins of this monumental structure. If the inventory stela's account is accurate, it implies that the Great Pyramid is much older than previously thought, and that Khufu's role was more that of a restorer than a builder. The Paleo Sanskrit inscriptions and this inventory stela offer tantalising glimpses into the mysteries of the Great Pyramid of Giza, and while mainstream Egyptologists may not fully embrace these artefacts, they contribute to the ongoing exploration of humanity's ancient past. Whether the inscriptions are records of advanced knowledge, spiritual teachings, or something else entirely, they underscore the complexity and sophistication of the civilizations that contributed to the creation of this timeless monument. Kurt Schildman tells us of the linear geometric patterns that formed the joints in the stonework of the huge chevron relieving blocks, and he says that they reference the Paleo Sanskrit glyphs karas, karas, meaning workings, workings, while the triangular cavity below the giant blocks corresponds to the glyphs for ama, meaning the highest. These bold, geometric architectural features together present a votive passage that was used at ancient sites throughout the world to signify the deep infrasonic resonance of the pyramid structures that powered the ancient civilizations. According to Kurt Schildman, the glyphs embedded in the Great Pyramid's entry facade read Karas, Karas, Upama. They mean workings, workings of the highest. Sheltered in the intimate triangular niche below the giant relieving stones is the roughly chiselled altar that resembles the small throne. The throne's narrow seat is engraved with several Paleo-Sanskrit glyphs that constitute the oldest intact inscriptions ever identified on the Giza Plateau. This recessed throne has protected these ancient engraved markings for thousands of years. Nobody really knows what they mean.